Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Hope you are doing well. Hope everything is going as you wanted it today. If not, take a moment for yourself, still yourself, regroup, and move forward. Welcome to my channel, The Musings of a Black Expat Woman. My name is Roxanne, and I have been living as a Black expat woman for over 11 years. Lived in Japan, Mexico, and now Panama. And I've done that because my husband's job has blessed us with opportunities in those places as a Black expat corporate family. So it's been a wonderful life. I will not say it hasn't. We have seen the world because of it. And I realized that a lot of conversations that are happening in this cyberspace regarding Black expats, they miss the component that I want to add regarding when you're doing it, but you're part of a company. Your company is sponsoring you to be in these places. So, you know, I just want to talk about things that come to mind that I think would be helpful to others, some learning opportunities. And so I'm going to be sharing a lot of things that I've learned along the way to possibly help somebody else that's thinking about doing this for their career or wondering if this is an opportunity that they can pursue with their company. I want to say, you know, if you have any questions about that, definitely hit me up. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and if you have anything to add to this conversation, please don't hesitate because it's an important one. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of different topics. And I hope that you find value in what I am sharing. I hope that you see yourself in some of my stories. If you are Black expat with a company, or if you're just a Black person that's wanting to know more, this is the place for you. So thank you for being here. Today, I am just gonna talk about probably my 3 things as I'm thinking about them right now that I wish I had known before I moved to Panama from Mexico. I wish I'd known. I wish I had known that we would not be able to escape work colleagues, spouses, work colleagues' children, if we chose to live in a location that is really close to where you work. And not saying that it's a bad thing, but I think when you are maneuvering through your day-to-day or you're not at work, you just want to leave work. And for us, it might not be as easy because we might go to a restaurant and there's a colleague. We might go to the mall and there's a family that works for my husband. Somebody in that family works for my husband. It could be you know, going up to my kid's school and I'm seeing a neighbor. And so it's one of those things where it's like, you're always seeing people you know, and that could be good for some people. That could be like, oh, I always have to be on, I always have to have conversations. I just want to do my thing, but here we go. We have to. So it's one of those things where I just think, had I known that, I'd probably been a bit more prepared, especially when I'm out and about. Like I could be walking and then all of a sudden I see a colleague of my husband's wife, you know, we stop to have a conversation. I don't think either one of us mind having that conversation, but I think it's one of those things where if we didn't know each other, it'd been like, oh, you know, just some lady say hello, buenos dias, and you just keep it moving. So that's something I wish I had known before we moved to Panama. Another thing I wish I had known is this complexion makes people assume that I speak Spanish. And while I do speak Spanish, I do, and I understand a lot, my native tongue is English. And I always deflect back to it. So when people all of a sudden just start talking to me in Spanish and then rapid fire, my brain kind of like freezes up, like, what are they saying to me? I don't understand. And then they'll look at me like, why are you not speaking, or what's going on? And then when they realize, oh, Americana, or I'm like, no, Caribbeana, they, you know, we have a chuckle or whatever, but it's it's an interesting time for me always, because no matter where I am, in the stores, in the street, you know, walking around, shopping, at a mall, here they come with like rapid fire. And it could be people who are my complexion or not my complexion. Everybody just assumes like, okay, this is a person, probably assume that I'm a local and she speaks Spanish. And so in Mexico, nobody assumed that I spoke Spanish. They automatically went into, if they knew English, they would automatically start speaking in English, or they would say English, and I would say, yeah, habla inglés, and they were like, okay. But that's what I'm accustomed to. So I wish I had known that people would be assuming that I am this native Spanish speaker, because I'm not. I'm getting better, but I'm not. And the last thing kind of goes back to the whole Spanish thing is I was told that, oh my gosh, Roxanne, in comparison to Japan and Mexico, you are going to blend in. You are going to blend in, girl. You are going to blend in. You're going to see yourself wherever you go. It's going to be so amazing. That's what I was told. And while I do blend in, here is what I wasn't told. You will never blend in when you are your complexion and you're part of a corporation that's sponsoring you to be in this country. Because most of the people who look like you fall into categories that you do not. They're either local, okay? You're not a local. They're either a digital nomad. You're not a digital nomad. You are gonna be here for a substantial amount of time. So you're not a digital nomad. You're not retired. You're not retired military. You're not retired corporate. You're not retired. You are here, actually here, because you are with a company. A company said, we want you guys to go to Panama. We looked at it. We said, it's the right place for us at the moment. We're gonna go. And because we don't blend in that way, there's a lot of assumptions that are made. There's an assumption that when I answer my door, because I live in an area that if you look like me, more than likely you don't live in the area, but you work in the area. So when people see me, they assume that I too work in the area, but not at a company. I work in your house. I work in the house. And so I will leave my apartment and people will offer me a job as a maid. I will leave my apartment and people see me leaving the main elevator and they are perplexed as to how so? Because people who look like me in my building, they take a service elevator. And so the whole blending in, I wish I had known there needs to be a conversation about how people look at you based upon where they think you should be based upon your complexion. Let's just keep it 100, okay? And because locals see me, of course they're gonna assume that I am a domestic because the people around here are. There's no, that's a reality. The people that live where I live or around my area or whatever, they don't see me living within their pockets of communities. So as a result, they don't know, okay, is she visiting? Is she lost? Is she new? it can't be, oh, she lives here. Oh yeah, that's the Munson family. You know, they live here. And so I struggled with that for about a year until I finally figured out how to approach people better when they made certain assumptions. But I had never experienced anything like that before. And so for me, it was kind of like, this is interesting. I need to understand this better. And so I started to talk to locals. Started to talk to locals about perceptions. I started to talk to locals about, you know, who's in leadership positions at companies that look like me, blah, blah, blah. And that gave me more clarity. That gave me my, aha, okay, now I understand why I'm getting those looks, those stares, those directed hand movements. And so I wish I had known that the whole blending in means something different when you are with a company versus those pockets that I told you, digital nomad, retired, or local. And so I have more, but I'm gonna just leave it at 3 for today. If you have anything to add, if you have anything to, you know, talk about your experience, if you've had any similar to mine, if you disagree, you know, just maybe I'm missing something. Like I said, I've never experienced this, but maybe others have, and it's something that I don't know that I need to know. So please comment, subscribe, come back. But until next time, I thank you for checking me out today. And as I said before, this is my YouTube channel, The Musings of a Black Expat Woman. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.